the marital art that can save your sales. This is Sales for Nice People. A few days ago in a Slack group, somebody asked, "Hey Martin, in the monastery, did you learn any martial arts?" And well, no, I didn't. I don't know how to chop bricks in half or how to pull myself up by my pinky fingers. All I learned in the monastery, well, the most important thing I learned in the monastery was how to shut up and listen. To which the guy replied, "Well, that's not a martial art, that's a marital art," which I thought was crafty. But there's a lot more to it than just a fun quip. When you know how to listen, when you know how to hold your tongue and let somebody else speak, you do something that's going to improve every interaction with every person in every circumstance, whether it is your kid's teacher or your spouse or your kids or indeed your buyer. Being able to listen, to make the other person feel seen, to enable them to think through a problem with you is something that causes breakthrough conversations. And that is something that you're never going to achieve if you just vomit words at people, or as they say in the sales world, you show up and throw up. This is what a lot of people do. Freelancers, consultants, coaches, developers, they show up and they start talking, start trying to convince somebody with all the words and all the good things and all the cool stuff that I'm telling you here. Do you see it yet? Do you want this yet? That doesn't work, because when you vomit words at people, when you overload them with messaging, what you're doing is giving them a lot of mental homework. You're giving them a lot of things to integrate, to consider, to balance, to weigh, but you're not giving them space to think, to process, and to integrate all those things together. Whereas if you ask a couple of pointy questions, what is the urgency? What have you tried before to solve this? How important is it to solve this? What is important about that? Now you're asking questions that make your buyer think. They engage in a thought process that develops clarity. You are there to absorb the information and to learn what is important to them. You also learn what you do need to say when you do talk. And meanwhile, your buyer goes through a process where they create the clarity they need to make a decision. So never be afraid to let silence rule your call. Never be worried about not knowing what to say. When you don't know what to say, you're in a good place. Ask a question. Ask questions that help your buyer think, that help them get clarity, because that's how you ultimately enable a buyer to get the clarity they need to enroll themselves. And that is Sales for Nice People. I will see you again tomorrow. Go to salesfornicepeople.com/sign up. And that's it for me today.